Laws say it will reduce violent crime, accidental deaths, and suicides. Tim?
If you are disabled and retired Canadian Army Corporal and former Paralympian athlete Christine Gauthier recently asked the Veterans Affairs of Canada in 2017 for a wheelchair lift to make her home accessible.
I have to crawl down the stairs on my butt with the wheelchair in front of me to be able to access my house.
Now, she continued her request to the VAC and until 2019, Gauthier said her veterans caseworker told her this.
If things are so hard at this point and you just can't keep going on, and you know we can assist you with aid to die.
Christine Gauthier testified last Thursday before Parliament about the Veterans Affairs caseworker suggesting she consider ending her life instead of waiting for a wheelchair lift.
I have a letter saying that if you are so desperate, madam, we can offer you medical assistance in dying.
Gauthier was shocked. She could not believe Veterans Affairs would, quote, give me an injection to help me die, but not give me the tools I need to help me live, according to the Global News. Canada has a state-sponsored euthanasia program known as Medical Assistance in Dying, or MAID, which became a law in 2016. According to the Daily Mail, Canada's Veterans Affairs Minister confirmed that at least 4 other Canadian vets were offered euthanasia as a solution when all they were seeking were better ways of living with their disabilities and illnesses. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau commented on the case and Canada's euthanasia program.
The individual who made recommendations to a veteran around medical assistance in dying is no longer working with veterans. That was absolutely unacceptable.
Christine Gauthier's condition was the result of a training accident while serving in the Army. The incident damaged her spine and knees. She became a canoeist, a power lifter, and indoor rower in the 2016 Invictus Games and the 2016 Paralympic Games. The story has caused many professionals in Canada to call for a slowing of the expansion of medically assisted suicide. One reason, a concern that those who face poverty and disability will choose death because they cannot afford to live. This March, Canada's euthanasia program will be extended to those with mental illness or depression. Greg?
All right, let's talk with Lieutenant Colonel Allen West once again. Colonel, our neighbors to the north have embraced euthanasia as a political policy. I want to get your response as a veteran of the United States military. Canada is our ally, seeking a wheelchair lift, and she receives an assisted suicide office instead.
This is reprehensible, and during my 2.5 years in Afghanistan, I served alongside members of the Canadian Army. And to think of veterans, people that have been willing to give the last full measure of devotion, to be told that they need to die instead of being given the means by which they can have a quality of life. But let me just remind you all here in the United States of America, on average per day, 20 to 22 of our veterans are taking their lives in this country because they're not receiving the right type of proper help. We should not have homeless and jobless veterans in the United States of America. And again, it is disgusting that we give $1,400 to illegal immigrants coming into this country, but yet we will not take care of our veterans.
You're absolutely right. Colonel, is that an example in Canada of single-payer health care in action?
Absolutely it is. And they would rather expedite you on the way from this life than to help you have a good quality of life because some bureaucrat is making that decision.
Well, that one fires me up. Let me ask you this. Congressional Democrats are set to hand Joe Biden a defeat today by including language in the annual defense policy bill that repeals the coronavirus vaccine mandate for U.S. troops. It will not reinstate those who are discharged for not taking the vaccine or restore their slashed benefits. Your thoughts?
They should be reinstated and their benefits should be reestablished. And the President of the United States of America said that the pandemic is over. So why are we continue to discharge these young men and women? And furthermore, there have been no religious exemptions, especially in the Navy, that have been granted to them. So we have disrupted their lives. So when you look at the story about what they did to the veteran up there in Canada, to me, this is no better what we're doing to our veterans here and those men and women serving. And we fell short of our recruitment goal for about 25,000 members this year because of this type of foolishness.
Yes, every single branch is below its recruitment goal. Okay, Colonel, CNN host Laura Coates attempted to argue for denying people of faith their religious liberty by forcing bakers and